Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. And we say hi again, everybody. Brandon Gaudin here as we count down to kickoff. I turn to my partner, that's Charles Davis. And Charles, Larry pointed out in the open, we've got a pretty good matchup of wide receivers here this afternoon, don't we?
And those guys have such a big impact on the game nowadays. We know it's a throwing game, but the guys who can go up and get it, the guys who can break tackles after the catch and make bigger plays, oh yeah, they love spotlight as well. They want the football, they want the attention.
Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
They come out here in the eye. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
2nd down following the run. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense. Still 2nd down.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now Wentz. And he's got his man. That's Macklin. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. And now the defense for Dallas.
Patrick Peterson is almost an anomaly at cornerback. A big, thick, physical guy who can run with any receiver in the league.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, 90.
Again, it's McCoy. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on third down.
Hey. 4 down. Here we go now. Green, 39.
On third and long, it's Wentz surveying the field. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Detroit!
On second down, it's McCoy. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I know from an offensive perspective, you want every play to be a big play. But sometimes the defense actually wins, and they did there on that draw play. Good job by the runner just taking care of the football because he didn't want to compound a bad play by turning it over.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a third and long. Now Wentz on third down. And this is caught by Jackson. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Look at the spin. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. So an even first quarter on the scoreboard, but the threat of points on the horizon. 0-0 our score. And we're back to Philadelphia after this. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And here we go on first and goal. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. LaShawn McCoy taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They come out here in the eye. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the pickup. And the Cowboys are going to get a first down.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Let's go! Blue 58! Blue 58!
On 2nd down, Elliott. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Tackle made there by Eric Rowe.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Let's go!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Let's go! Blue 58! Blue 58!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go! Blue 58!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Let's go! Blue 58!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Out left side here to Bryant. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Let's go! Blue 58! Blue 58!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He completes it to Bryant. And a gain there of 11 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Let's go! Blue 58! Blue 58!
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Let's go! Blue 58! Blue 58!
They'll look to throw again. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10.
Let's go. 58.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the field goal. The partner, that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now back onto the field. Here comes the Cowboys defense. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive.
Double tight. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Everyone's got 4 down. Here we go.
They'll go again to McCoy. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Eagles are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The Cowboys just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. About halfway through the second, Bryant's got the reception, and he'll end up at the 35-yard line before being tackled. But they end up coming away with just 3 on the drive. Later on the drive, they're going to come away with another sack here. This will go as a loss of 5. So that'll do it for us. We'll go back now to Philadelphia for the second half.
All right, Larry, thank you. A fairly tight game here as we get set to resume play in this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll be first down Cowboys.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Let's go! Blue 58!
Again, it's Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They're trying to establish that running game, but they're really having trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, when you're running against a really good 4-3 defense, that means you've got big guys inside who control things. Those big defensive tackles are making it very difficult to find open space.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a nifty little deke juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Third down now following the completed pass. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They go to Elliott again. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Let's go! Blue 58!
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They're going to look to throw. Backing up. His throw incomplete. 3rd and 5. This will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And now a first down following that long gain. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Back to throw again. He's got time in the pocket. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Here we go on 1st and 15. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Let's go! 58! 58!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Bryant with a catch right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. An extra defensive back in the game here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards on the pickup, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Well, they were successful in one sense. They completed the pass, but still leads them to a tough 4th down situation, doesn't it?
It does, and the deficit more than 3 here in a one-score game. So the field goal, not their ideal situation. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
False start. Offense.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal, and if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel. And I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll try and run some clock now with McCoy. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Wentz to throw on second down. Finding time. Great protection. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy. And now it's third down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. Play action to Sproles. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Here's Donnie Jones now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Peterson. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Bryant's got it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Holding. Defense.
Well, they have the yards anyway, so they're going to decline the penalty. Let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. look to throw here on first down. And it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just didn't fit. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's got time. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a first and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. To throw now on first down. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. The reception good for 7. It's third down. From the 3 now. Here they come on third and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Four down, check, four down. Let's go. Boom, landed.
He's back to throw. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down now after the pass completion. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the hurdle that time, a great hurdle. Gives him the extra ground to gain for the first. And now they're in the hurry-up. Wentz to throw. Surveying the field. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work out a little bit more.
To throw is Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. That time a 6-play drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here comes Michael Vick now leading his offense back out there. So he didn't start this one the way he wanted to, but yeah, so elite, been through so many of these battles. Hard to keep him down for an extended period of time.
And to demonstrate just how unusual this start was for him, our guy Marvin handed us some statistics that showed us he doesn't do this very often. What we're seeing now, though, That's what we're used to seeing. He made an adjustment, and boy, it's working really well.
Back to his old form. One man in the backfield, Elliott. And he'll get it up the middle. And some space here. Cut back, left sideline. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go! 58!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll keep this one away from Sproles as this is angled toward the sideline. To throw, Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down and just 1.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
Let's go. 58.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This fielded at the 2. There he goes left side. The 20, 10. There are no flags. He's into the end zone.
Touchdown.
And an amazing return wins it in OT. Hard-fought game through 4 quarters, gets us into overtime, and then you can't even catch your breath and realize you're in overtime and the return of the ball game's over.
Absolutely amazing what we got to see, because we're setting up all those different scenarios as we go to overtime. Do you take the ball, right? What do you do with the coin toss? Where are you going to play? How are you going to do it? And that takes it all out of our hands, doesn't it? A bolt of a return that ends the ball game.
How often do coaches talk, Charles, about that third phase? And here the third phase was the difference.
No doubt. And what I also think about is when you get to overtime, fatigue has to play a factor in it. And if you use a lot of guys who are frontline players on special teams, sometimes they run out of gas.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.